What's your disagreement?
I would say maybe it's a disagreement and a question. At the same time. I
Let's start with
recently saw.
let's start with the
Um,
disagreement.
okay. So basically, I saw one of your videos about how long should a high value woman wait to give it up to a high value man, and you said that it should be 3 days. So I do disagree with that. So
Hold on,
then,
hold,
so
hold
that's
on,
my
hold on, hold on. So let's clear up some
okay.
things. How old are you?
Me, I'm 37.
37. How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Dress
Well,
size.
5'1 3/4".
that quarter of an inch matters. What's your dress size?
I'm a size 6.
5'6". How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
I weigh about 135, 142. In between there, I range. Last time I went to the doctor, it said 135. So
5'2". A dress size 6, 135. All right. I'll trust you on that. Um, and you're 37. Have you ever been
hmm
married?
no, been single my whole life.
All right. Any children?
No, no children.
When was the last time you had a relationship?
I would say it's been a while. I think it's been probably since 2013. It's been a while.
7 years. And what about the
hmm
last? What about the relationship before that one?
Before that one, '08. Yeah.
So, so since 2008, you've had two relationships. Let's just agree. Let's just accept that. Would you consider? Would you
Well,
class?
one.
Excuse me. One.
Yeah. So one in '08, and then that relationship ended, and then I had a boyfriend in 12. So that was it.
So two.
hmm
All right. Would you classify yourself as a high value woman?
Um, I'm not probably not clear on what you mean by that.
I'm asking you.
I'm not quite certain what the definition of high value woman would be.
Well, you said that the issue you have is that I said that a high value woman should not make a high value man wait for sex longer than 3 dates.
hmm
What's the
So I guess then, in my
okay?
mental
So
definition of a high value woman, then I would I would not classify myself as a high value woman.
okay, so why did I say not don't make him wait more than 3 dates?
Well, the reason that you said it was because you said that the high value man was investing into the dates for pretty much, I guess, all 3 dates is what the high value woman would be expecting the high value man to do. But I mean, I wouldn't even put that on just high value women. I
All right,
personally
man.
would put that on
Okay, okay,
anyone.
okay. All right. Hold on. You got that all wrong.
Okay.
You're 37.
Mhm.
That was a 3 hour video. And I repeated why my justification was over a dozen times.
Right.
It ain't what you just said. So let me remind you, as a woman, you should not be accepting a date from a man that you are not sexually attracted to, period. That's one date. Don't go out with a man you're not sexually attracted to. Would you agree or disagree?
I agree.
All right. So if you're already sexually attracted to the man, and in today's modern era, you can ask any question, get anything lined up front. You can get any questions you need answered before the first date and during or before the first date or on the first date. The first date is basically to see whether or not there's some chemistry there after the attraction is there. After date one, you should not go to date two unless you want to sleep with him. Would you agree or disagree?
I would I would agree.
All right. So you first date, you find him attractive enough to sleep with. That's before the first date. After the first date, you see that there's some chemistry and you want to sleep with him. Then why is it a problem acting on that after the third date as grown people?
Well, the reason why I disagreed with it is because I don't think that the fact of maybe that particular woman has
Ma'am, ma'am,
certain
ma'am, ma'am,
values
ma'am,
or
ma'am, 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 ma'am. I asked you what's before you tell me why you disagree. Can you answer my question?
okay.
You want he's the you don't go out with a man that you don't find attractive enough to have sex with, and then don't do damn sure don't accept the second date if you would not have sex with him or want to have sex with him. So after the third date, why not just act on that? If you already are attracted to him and you know you want to have sex with him, why not? And you're saying don't act on it because of her values.
Yeah,
What values are we
especially
talking? What values are we talking about?
like her self pride, her dignity.
That's
Maybe
not
she
no no.
doesn't want
Those
to be
aren't values.
busy.
Those aren't no no. Those aren't values. Values are like Christianity, religion, values. And I'm assuming I'm dealing with grown people, and we aren't virgins.
I mean, okay, but
Uh,
then what if? I mean, she just maybe wants to just, you know, like keep her body count down. She doesn't want to seem like she's such so
Well, okay,
needy on the
okay,
third
all right,
date.
all right, okay, okay. Then don't go on the dates. See, that's how it used to
But
work, man. Hold on, man. See, that's how it used to work. See, women used to understand you don't accept anything from a man because the man's going to want something in return. But women like you think you should just be able to go out with a man. He spends his money and he's investing all this other kind of stuff, and you're playing games. You're 37 years old. And even with your lack of relationship experience, you know damn well this is true. If you want to keep your body count low, get married. But don't go out with men that you don't want to do anything with. If you don't want to don't accept. He asks you out, no thank you. Let's go out to dinner, no thank you. What's so hard with saying
even
no? What's so hard with saying nope? I don't want to have sex with you. We're in that third date area. No, thank you. After the first date, you know what's coming. So here's a better question. Let's rewind. How many dates do you think it should take, or how many months before you have sex with a man? How long should you make a special guy wait?
a special guy that is definitely investing in your time and shows interest.
I asked,
I
yeah,
think that yeah, I think that I personally would wait around 3 to 4 months
right.
before having sex with
Which
a
is
man.
why you have nobody. I'm gonna tell
Maybe
you. I'm
so.
just be honest. That's why you have nobody. That's why you have nobody, and you have had really no relationship experience. So you need to listen to what I'm saying because you're not winning. You're losing. Let's just put the rubber on the road. 2008 was 12 years ago. You're losing. What are you saving yourself for? What are you talking about? Why don't you just go ahead and admit it? I'm afraid. There's fear motivating this.
No, I'm not afraid of anything.
Yeah, you are. You're afraid. You're afraid of it not working. Tell me I'm
Well,
wrong.
maybe in some ways. In some
Exactly.
ways,
That's and I said,
when you
and
start
that's
getting,
it. You were afraid of it not working. And you know why? Because you know you're not cut out for a relationship. So when he finds out that something's wrong with you, you're emotionally awkward, you're not really fit for a relationship, he'll leave you. Then you'll feel like you got used. Well, then fix the thing that's wrong with you. But don't be sitting around thinking you're going to make a grown damn man wait 90 days and take you out week after 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 week. Because guess what?
well, I wouldn't
Because
make
guess
him
what,
pay for
Deanne?
all the dates.
Deanne, guess
I
what?
wouldn't do that.
Deanne, guess what? After 12 dates, he could still leave. Are you going to, what difference is it going to make? He's going to leave after 1 or 12.
Yeah, that's true.
So what you just said is what you've just proven is what you're saying makes no sense. You're talking out of fear. So you can disagree, but you're not disagreeing with me. Your issue is you can't keep a man.
Okay.
Well, because everything that I said, ma'am, you said you agree with. Don't go out with a man that you don't find at least attractive enough that you would have sex with him. That's just the baseline for date one. After date one, you should not go out with the man that you would not have sex with. That means it's either an up or down vote. Because men don't want to be played, ma'am. We don't want to be you seem like you don't want to run your body count up, but you got no problem running his credit cards up and wasting his time. How about this? If
No,
you want
I
to,
would.
how about this then? How about this, Deanne? Let's do it your way. You go out for 3 months before you have sex. All right, here's how we do that. You pay for every date until after we have sex. Then he starts paying.
I'll pay
And
for
we
half the date.
no. See. Thank you, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? Money tells the truth. Money tells the truth. She's willing to go Dutch, but she's not willing to invest in a man that she even says is special. This is why you are losing
Well,
your
he's not
mentality.
investing all his money.
Well,
I
see, but
wouldn't, because then I would feel like I would be using them, and I'm not a
excuse me,
person like that. So
excuse me. Say that again. You wouldn't want to do what?
I would, I wouldn't want him to pay for all of the dates because then I would feel guilty, like I would be using him.
Right. But that's how it goes. Men typically pay. See, you just showed exactly the logic I laid out. And you ladies want all the benefit, none of the risk. You want guarantees, and relationships are risks. Understand something, they're risks. And you want the man to take his time and his money to try to get you over some mark 12 dates into it that you already agreed was surpassed on date one. You're too grown to be acting this way, ma'am. You're almost 40 years old and you sound like a 14-year-old. You already said he's attractive enough to have sex with. You've agreed with me. So I don't
Well,
see the issue. Well,
I personally would not be
and
using him
honestly,
and
man,
thinking him about it
but man,
financially.
but
I would
honestly,
be
man, but let's
purely.
be honest. Let's be honest, ma'am. This is really not even something you should be worried about. You ain't dating. I mean, I've entertained this, ma'am. But to be perfectly honest, you ain't dating. Ain't nobody trying to date you, right?
Well, I'm not. I'm not looking either, and
It
I mean, I'm
doesn't.
not.
So why does it matter? That's the point. I mean, I entertained it because it's a disagreement, but you ain't really. You don't sound like a woman that knows what a relationship is. You ain't been with nobody in years. So why are you even on these spaces? You ain't got a dog in this fight. Matter of fact,
Well,
what kind of
I
job do
just
you
feel
have?
like.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
It
sorry. What?
doesn't. It doesn't matter, ma'am. You okay? All right. You come into my restaurant and you want to tell me how to cook a steak and how a steak should be cooked and where I should get my beef from and how I should season it, such and so forth. Then when I ask you, would you like to order a steak? You say, no, I'm a vegetarian. Why would you care what's going on in the steakhouse? You are not dating. You are not on the dating market. And we both know, I know from this conversation, you have not really had a dating life. This is an intellect. This is something to get your emotions involved because your life is empty. And that's what I need you ladies to start focusing on. This is not helpful. Why you can't get into a relationship with a human male to where you could fulfill your life and have something there to where you could pour your energy and efforts and emotions and emotional content into versus a guy on YouTube talking about something that has nothing to do with your life at almost 40. This is not healthy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. I really wasn't even looking at the financial aspect of it. I was
Okay, I don't care about the
really just,
financial, ma'am. I don't. Okay, how about the you aspect, ma'am? You're not dating. Why does this matter to you?
it matters to me because I just felt like it was more involved with going to have sex with someone
You're
other than
almost
financial.
40 years old and you're worried about who somebody may have sex with on a date, and you ain't dated in years. Okay, in all honesty, ma'am, let's do this. Um, do you do you live in your own place?
Yes.
All right. Do you live with anybody?
No.
Do you own any pets?
No.
Why have you not had a man, a boyfriend, a male suitor in years?
Well, I just in all honesty, I wasn't really ready for any type of relationship in in that time frame. I just was not necessarily just focusing on me, but more or less it was a bad situation that I was in before. So I couldn't focus on being in any type of relationship.
Okay. Did you go and what did your therapist say?
No, I haven't had any therapy.
Oh, wait a minute. You're telling me the reason you don't have a man is because this whole I was focusing on me is just another bullshit placeholder that you women say to not deal with the feeling. I can't get a relationship. I'm not ready for one because of the trauma I had from a previous situation. And when I ask you what therapist you're working with to address the trauma, you tell me you don't have one. So you're your own this is you need a therapy, man. Because okay, ma'am, this is not normal. At almost 40 years old, I feel like I'm talking to a young lady in college or high school. And really, that's the extent of your relationships. Whatever happened is not my concern. The fact of the matter is, you got all this emotional investment in an activity that you're not even participating in. You're a femcel, a female incel. And just like male incels, you get all worked up because you're not having any outlet. You need human contact. You need relationship. Life is about people. And you're just sitting over there living by yourself until you die. Please get some help. Seriously. Because you're not supposed human beings are not supposed to be alone, man. Especially not human females.
Well, full disclosure, I really just recently moved on my own. I had been living at home with my
I know.
mother.
I
So
know. I know. That's why I asked. I know. So think about this, Deanne. I must know something because I can talk to you like I know you. I'm not saying things that I'm saying to hurt women. It's not where it's coming from. I wouldn't have 5,000 people in here every night if I'm saying stuff to hurt people. I know you lived at home with your mother. I know there are things, but that's not normal. So you either get on with the process of living or you get on with the process of dying. But worrying about this 3 dates and this other kind of stuff is just a placebo for what's missing in your life, and that's human contact. Can you book an appointment with a therapist next week? They do first consultations free. Get online, look for mental health or life coach or something like that in your area. Just personal coach, life coach, comma, wherever you are, and look on the first page. Most people offer an initial consultation, whether phone or in person, free. Wouldn't cost you nothing. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, let me know what happens. Send me an
Yeah, I can do
email.
that.
Let me know what happens. I want to know when your appointment is, all right? You have to tell me about what
Okay.
happens. I just want to know that you booked it. What are we talking about? Because I want to be, give me the scenario.
I guess the scenario would be like, say you, like you said, you've known a guy for probably like 6, 7 years.
Uh-huh.
You always known that he was interested in you, but you've
But you
been
put
in
him
a,
in the friend zone.
I was in a committed relationship for 8 years, so yeah, everybody was in the friend zone.
Okay. But you're in a committed relationship. How are you interacting with this guy if you had a committed relationship?
Well, when I was in a committed relationship, it would just be friendly. Like we would go out
You
with
shouldn't.
other friends.
That's the point. That's wrong. See, right there. See, you ladies need to understand when you take a man's time, it's like taking our money. We want something for that.
Mm-hmm.
You were going out with him as a friend and you were going home and sleeping with your boyfriend. You know that's wrong. If you have you ladies think you can have boyfriends and male friends. We don't like you like that. And y'all know this. So this is why I say they come on here acting game goofy. And that's why I said winter is here. These little games won't work anymore.
So if you don't want to play the game, what is the time frame?
What do you mean don't play the game? The game, the reason y'all are in such a jacked up position is because y'all played too many games. That's the problem. That's why y'all gotta go through all this, because y'all played too many games. You broke the deal. You were in an 8 year relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should have married that man. And when you were in an 8 year committed relationship, you should not have been speaking to any other man that you were not related to. Going damn sure not talk to one up on going out. That's what should have happened. Why didn't you marry the 8 year relationship guy?
It just he wasn't progressing at the time that I needed him to progress.
In year one or year eight?
I'm sorry?
In year one or year eight?
Year 8.
So what about year 1 through 6? You still got to admit why you didn't marry him those years.
Because I was 17, 16. Remember,
See,
I'm 25. We was
I
dating
know
for
you're
8 years, so
25,
we're
but
coming.
see, but you put your 8 year relationship out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did he want to marry you?
At the end,
At the end in what year?
8.
All right. Let's play it your way.
Oh.
Why were you in a committed relationship? Because that's the problem. You say a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you in a committed relationship for 8 years? Relationships end. They're supposed to end. Either you're
Mm-hmm.
going to take it to the next level or they need to stop.
I think that's definitely something that I recognize at the end of it. When you're going
Okay.
through it, you don't realize you just wake
Okay.
up one day and
So unfortunately, whether you intend it or not, a man hears a woman who's been in an 8 year relationship and did not progress to marriage. That's a red flag to men. We're like, something's wrong with her. There's a game here. And then you talk about having male friends. You actually went out with your male friends. No, I'm not judging you, man, but you went out with them.
I guess the I'm from New York, so the
I don't
dynamic is
care, ma'am. I
different.
don't know. From New York don't mean shit to me. I'll be
The
in New York
dynamic
in the
is different.
morning.
It's normal
Ma'am,
to go
did you
out with
pay?
multiple
Did you
people.
pay? Don't play with me, you little girl. Because I'm trying to be cool with you. Don't play with me. Did you pay?
A few times I did.
No, if it was a female, you'd have paid every time. If it was a female, y'all have split the damn bill. You'd have paid for her your Cosmo, she'd have paid for her wine. You'd have even split the damn Uber. But when it was a man, you could still use coochie credit. You got coochie bills due out there, girl.
So in your analogy, if me and him started to progress to something, I automatically owe him coochie.
You already in the debt to him.
For
See what you should
$55 dinner at Philippe's, I'm in debt.
$55, yes. Because if it was a woman, would you owe her any money? Would you owe her anything?
Again, the situation is different. Me and my
No,
friends,
it's not. No, it's not. See, that's the problem.
we
Y'all
have
think it's
the type
no,
of
no, no, it's, no,
relationship
no,
where
no,
I'll
no, no,
pay
no,
for
no,
my
no, no,
friends,
no, no,
they'll
no, no,
pay for
no,
me.
no, 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 no. That's the problem. Y'all think it's different. If it was a woman, you'd owe her money. If it were a woman, you'd owe her money. If it were a woman, you'd owe her money.
Maybe
If
I'm
she,
paying attention too much on
if
the
it was
price
a
of it.
woman, if it were a woman and she bought your dinner at whatever $55, you would owe her money. Yes or no?
I don't hang around people who gonna be paying
I
over
didn't
$55.
ask that bullshit.
Not $55.
If it were a woman and she paid for your dinner and your meal, would you owe her that back?
If she asks me for it, then yes.
Then you are a bad person.
A bad person.
You listen, why would a woman who's working just like you have to pay your goddamn bills, your dinner? You and see, this is a problem. I want you women to understand this is why women are so jacked up. She can't even admit that she would owe her female friend any money. That's using and manipulating. So, ma'am, I could care less what happens to women who have a mind like you. You're in it for you. You're in it for you.
She belongs to the streets.
I
You
guess
mean
I
to
gotta
tell?
see
Let's
it that
back
way.
up. Let's try this again.
Okay.
You go out with your homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened. Your card don't work. You order $55 worth of stuff. Your friend is roughly your same age or whatever. She has to ask you for her money back, or do you volunteer to give it back?
I'll volunteer in that type of situation, of course. If she didn't offer to pay, I would volunteer to give the money
Then
back.
why would you volunteer to give money back to a female friend and would not volunteer to give it back to a male friend?
Because the type of company I keep, we switch off. If I paid this last time, you could pay this time, whatever the case may be. We're not the type of people we go into restaurants and everyone breaks out a calculator. Either you're gonna pay the whole thing or we're gonna split it, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm a type of person. If you just ask for the money, that
No,
whatever
no,
the case may
no,
be, then
no.
we'll do it
Did
that
you go
way.
out with it? No, what I'm asking, did you go out with this male friend, just you and him?
No, it was always
You
in a group
talk
setting.
about y'all going out in groups.
Yes,
Where's your boyfriend?
he has his own, or
Y'all
maybe
don't know.
that's the reason why
Y'all
we're
don't know
not
how to
really
interact with each
now.
other. See, that's the problem. That's why none of y'all are gonna be wives like this. Because you
I could
keep
have been away. I could have been planning my wedding right now if I wanted to.
that no, see, getting married and being a wife are two different things.
Explain.
Getting married, anybody can do. Being a wife is something that you are trained to do because you got duties.
Like
Many
paying
of
$55.
many people, and see, young lady, you're talking about a woman with an 8-year relationship, and you going out with your friends, and he's going out with his friends. At the end of the day, you do you want to be married?
Yes.
Do you want children?
Yes.
The woman I'm talking to right now sounds like she hasn't had any training on how to be a man's wife or his support system.
No, I don't think that one scenario kind of fits the whole criteria of being a support system. I've definitely been, I guess, trained because, I grew up in a
Were
two
your
parent
was your
household.
mother was your mother
Yes,
and
my
was
mother
your
and my father just
oh
celebrated
don't first off
30 years.
don't overtalk me. I've had to overtalk you how many times? See, this is part of the problem. If you think this makes a wife, no. It's okay. Back up.
Mhm.
Why do you want to be a wife?
To me, like I said, my parents just celebrated a 30-year anniversary. I loved having two parents in the home. I always wanted someone that I could really trust and build and lean on the way I saw my parents lean on each other when they went through the things that they went through in their household. And so I would like to replicate that for my own. I've had friends who grew up in one parent households in foster
Why
care
do you want to
because
be
I
a
don't want to
wife?
give I want to have a family and I want to have a family unit. That's why.
What is your what is your role in a marriage?
Definitely to support my husband and my children, to take care of the home the way my mom did. My mom was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. And your mom moved differently than you do because there's no way your mom would be going out with her male friends married to your daddy. I didn't hear what you said. What?
I think my situation is different.
Of
My
course you
parents
do
got
because you're
married very
selfish.
quickly.
Because you're selfish. That's why.
I'm selfish.
Yes, yes. Your generation was raised to think about themselves, not to think about relationships as just boxes you check. Your mother was raised different. Your mother's a different woman than you are. Tell me your mother's male friends that call over to the house.
I don't live there, so I don't know who calls her.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you.
But I think the
So you
situation is
can't have what your
different.
mama had because you're not who your mama is. You disrespected your relationship by going out with groups. So going forward, if you want to be married, you gotta be with one man and focus on him. See, many of you ladies talk about you want to get married because you got this picture, not realizing that you got job duties, responsibilities. And I talked to a woman who said that I should have to pay him back. Look, don't go out with a man on one date that you would not have sex with. Don't go out on a second date if you don't plan on having sex with. See, that makes you accountable for picking the men you go out with, not just going out to have a good time because it's on somebody else's time and their money. Our time and our money is valuable to us.
Hmm.
And if you don't understand it, then you do it this way. You pay for everything until sex happens. Everything. Uber, the food, the drinks, everything. All on
And
you.
but wouldn't that
No,
be like
all
the
on you, all on you. And then after sex happens, then he starts. You don't get
that
a
wouldn't
pay.
be a problem, but wouldn't that be like
Oh, hold
living
on,
in like
ma'am.
a
Like, I need
masculine
to finish. Then it starts. You don't get your money back. Now go ahead.
wouldn't that be kind of living like in a masculine type of energy though? To me,
No,
I have no
it'll be
problem
living.
with
It will be living in an honest type of energy. It will be. It will make. See, if you had to do that, man, how many men do you think you go out with? The amount of men you would go out with if you. Thank
not
you.
when
Thank
I
you.
go
Thank
out,
you.
I
Thank
don't.
you. Thank you. Thank you. See, if a woman had to see, I tell you, gentlemen, listen, watch where a woman puts her money. Where they put their money is where their heart is. See, a woman is not going to spend her money on a man that she's not going to be serious, that she's not going to be with. She wouldn't do it, but she'll take your money and your time. This is a perfect call for people to understand that you don't have to be overly masculine and aggressive to still think of men as a utility, as a tool to be used. Nothing in the conversation I've had with you, young lady, says that you want to be married for a man. It's all me, 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 me.
I mean, I disagree because I originally called up to ask if you were interested in someone, what would be the time frame for that? So I
What would
don't
be
know
the
how long that.
if you were interested in somebody? Okay, let's answer that question. If you were interested in somebody sexually,
Yeah.
okay. If you're interested in somebody sexually, what should be the time frame before you have sex?
Yes, you're saying somebody is old coochie credit is on the first
Date
night,
one.
date one.
Yes, because I need you to pay attention. What I'm about to say. If we like you, we like you. Whether you have sex with us on date one or make us wait 60 days, it's not going 90 days or 3 months or whatever, ain't gonna change what we do. If we're gonna ghost you, we're gonna ghost you. See, y'all believe this shit. That's not us. Why would you go out with somebody you're sexually attracted to, that you want to have sex with? He's sexually attracted to you. He wants to have sex with you. And you guys want to be in a relationship and then wait. You're choosing to put some artificial barrier up there for what? To save face. To act like you're playing games. Men don't like games.
Hmm.
So the very thing y'all call Becky, oh, she's a slut. They put out on the first date. They put out and they get married at a 54% rate too, don't they? Yep, sure do. So does every other group. Don't play games with us. We don't like games. That's why I said if you really want to show a man something different, be honest. Don't go out with a man you're not sexually attracted to on date one. We'll give you date one as long as sexual attraction is there. And if you go out on date one and you find out that there's no chemistry there, don't go out on date two. Nope, but that's it. No talking. No, I want to wait to build up. No, because you're building up coochie credit. Because you're gonna want to talk to me, text him, and such and so forth. That's girlfriend shit. We talk to girlfriends on the phone. We don't we don't even like to talk that much. We're talking to you to try to get your interest up to get laid. That's it. Do you ladies understand that we really don't we see you, but we really don't see you until we have an orgasm? It's called post orgasm clarity. And that's who men are. So it would be incumbent upon you to make sure that you are asking yourself the questions. What do I want out of life?
Mm-hmm.
What am I prepared to do to get what I want out of life? It is incumbent upon you to vet the kind of man you're dealing with, because don't waste your time and don't waste his time. And our money and our time, we don't want it wasted. You guys have no problem wasting our time because it's our money. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Hope that helped. See, gentlemen, the world has been told that what's been told to women is that, girl, if he wants you, a man should wait, such and so forth, blah. That will be fine if you were traditional women. If you were traditional women, you were only seeing one man at a time and only talking to and dealing with one man at a time, not dating him, dating these people on rotation, and he got men in the friend zone. See, that doesn't work for women who move like that.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Spotlight News. Hope you're all doing well. Hope the day is so fine. Hope the weather is treating you well. Those with special problems, let's say, may God help you pass through wherever you're passing through. The sick ones, those who need help, those who need guidance, and one way or the other. May God help you pass through all the issues, all the problems you're facing, which we don't know. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I would say, may Papa Kevin Samuel's work stay forever, and may his legacy stay forever and ever. So today, I would like to say, I would like to come out and say, we are looking at many different ladies in this category or in this scenario. A lot of them came in so confused and they are lacking what to do. So at the end of the day, you find it very difficult for me to sit and be like, no, this is that, and this is this. So today we are looking at the ladies. I am just asking one question I ask myself, because of a lot of them come and be like, I'm a PhD, I'm this, so I'm not willing to get married to someone because I think I have the best goal, I have the best life, I have money, I have this, I have that. So at the end of the day, they end up missing almost everything of their lives. They end up doing shit. Some of them, after becoming baby mamas, that's when they'll be like, you know what, I'm quitting this relationship. So at the end of the day, you find it difficult for them. They reach a time and they want to settle in for that, but they can't really have that life again because they already messed up their lives. And I don't know why it's most commonly in ladies. We end up messing up everything, then after messing up everything, then you come to a regret and you can never go back. But first of all, if I talk about the divorce side, before you divorce, dear ladies, first look at your kids and look at yourself. Say, is the situation I'm passing through, is it, can we solve it? Can we do it like this? If you can solve, please do it for your kids, because I would 100% support that a family that grows up together, a mom and dad and kids, even the kids will be the best example to the society. But if you grow up with different and divided family, there is no way you're going to tell me that your kids are going to be example to the community with the character they have been brought up with that hunger and eager they have been coming up with because of the parents. And I've realized that 100% when parents separate, most parents become useless. Let me say, they become bitter, then they end up losing each other. They end up leaving the family so stagnant. Most especially ladies, we have hunger issues. So at the end of the day, you sit and tell your family member, your kids, having a husband is not good. Just make your money, just be what you are. So the person or the kid grows up with that in their mind, hence leaving them becoming single mothers and single fathers at the end. Yeah, bye bye. That brings us to end of this video today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye. May God bless you.